Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back to another video. This video is about the permit test, initial permit before knowledge test. Please to study this, or you can pull it up on your phone at nj.mvc required documents, and then you read the driving manual. Do not try to use those apps because those apps will mislead you. Sorry, those apps will mislead you. It has misled me before. Okay, so please study the manual. The test is pretty easy once you study. If you don't study, I don't think you're gonna pass. You better study. All right, so purpose of this video is to enlighten those who don't have the opportunity to study that much, or just want to have an insight as to what the questions are and also the answers, because I did it when I post this video. I would have already done it and complete my test and pass it and everything. You gotta pass 40 questions out of the 50. The ones that you don't know, you have the chance to skip forward. What I suggest you do is keep skipping. What you don't know, do not answer those that you know first. Okay, so these are 2 questions that are on the knowledge test once you are testing for New Jersey. Okay, when parking a vehicle facing downhill, the handbrake should be set and the vehicle wheel should be turned towards the curb. So when you're parking facing downhill, the vehicle's wheel should be towards the curb. When you're parking uphill, the wheel should be away from the curb. Both of these questions are on the test. What you need to know is, it's just the opposite for each. For example, when parking uphill, the wheels are gonna be away. Yeah, away, sorry. And then when parking downhill, the wheels are gonna be towards the curb. Yeah. For school, businesses, and residential area, the speed limit is 25 meters per hour. That's a question that's on the knowledge test. You should go no more than 10 meters per hour around a school bus. That's one of the questions. Never park in a crosswalk within 10 feet of a fire hydrant, within 25 feet of a crosswalk, and within 50 feet of a stop sign. What color is the sign for the railroad crossing? The railroad crossing is a yellow sign. Okay, it is yellow. It looks like this. I'm trying to find it. This one. The R and the R. That's one of the questions. They're going to also ask you what this is without the STOP in it. Yeah, the octagon, that's a stop sign. Okay, most people in New Jersey, they're arrested for drinking beer. Yes. Once you change your address, you should notify the MVC within a week. Once you change your name, like marriage, citizenship, and so on, you should notify the MVC within 2 weeks. A special learner's permit does not, a person who has a special learner's permit should not be driving during the hours of 11:01 p.m. to 5 a.m. That's a question that's on it also. If a student driver commits a traffic offense, the student, the instructor, and the adult supervising driver are held responsible. Probationary license lasts for 12 years.
I'm sorry, y'all. That's supposed to be 12 months. I made an error.
Probationary license didn't expire. No, wasn't extended by the MVC. I'm sorry. You should upgrade to a basic driver's license. That's one of the questions also. 1.5 ounce of whiskey or 5 tablespoons of table wine contain the same amount of alcohol just like anything else. All right, a tip for all of the questions, all of them, once they have all of the above is correct, that's the answer, all of the above. So when you see the questions like da, 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 all of the above is the one that's correct. Yeah. When passing a truck, you should be extremely cautious. Everybody knows that, because trucks have a lot of blind spots, areas that they cannot see through the rear mirror. Okay. All right. During bad weather, a truck can take as much as 25% longer to stop. That is a question on it. The question is asking, during bad weather, how much percent longer will a truck take to stop? The only thing that can make a person sober is time, and the amount of time that can make a person sober is 60 minutes. The probationary license, the 11:01 to 5 a.m. is only applied to those that is under the age of 21. If you are over the age of 21, it does not require, you do not have a curfew, basically. When you have a permit, you should display 2 reflective decals on your license plate, one in the back and one in the front. Yeah, they're available for purchase at the MVC. See, it says no driving between, I underlined it, 11:01 p.m. and 5 a.m. Okay, here's another question. All out-of-state drivers are required to purchase an examination permit within 60 days of becoming a permanent New Jersey resident. I underline that too, right here. I don't think it's really showing, but yeah. You should have at least 6 months of supervised driving before your road test. Yeah, if you have like prior experience, maybe 3 months of supervised driving. Yeah, if you're an out of country person, like you're from a different country, I think the restriction doesn't apply to you. There's a question that's really pretty easy on it. It's just asking about seatbelt. Like, you all know that everybody in the car should wear a seatbelt, right? Yeah, that's one of the easiest ones that's on it. All right, when driving, you should use both. Oh my god, that's not true. Crap this out. Anyways, when driving, you should use your right foot for both the brake and the gas. So you only use one foot, not 2, unless you got a disability. Just a reminder, when parking a vehicle facing downhill, the wheels should be turned towards the curb. When parking a vehicle facing uphill, the vehicle should be turned away from the curb. Okay. This is on it. They're asking about handheld devices. You all know that you should not be using your phone while driving. So in the book, it says, and I quote, a school bus driver may not use a handheld devices or hands-free cellular telephone while operating a school bus, except in an emergency situation or when the school bus is parked in a safe place of a highway. That's a question on it. It's asking you for the exception, so you know that you may use a phone in the case of an emergency, a fire, you know, something happens. You can use your phone in an emergency. That's the only exception. Okay, another question on it is like, how do you identify an aggressive driver? You identify an aggressive driver by somebody who is tailgating you. They're too close to your car. They are overtaking. They are speeding. They're acting crazy. They are beeping the horn for apparently no reason. So you just try to get out of that person's sight, you know. But the question is basically asking, how do you identify that person? How do you identify somebody who is an aggressive driver? You should always be mindful that you should follow a car 3 seconds for 3-second rule. This question is asking about what would you do if a collision happens or an accident, right? So New Jersey law requires motorists to notify the police of accidents where there is injury, death, or vehicle or property damage. If someone has been killed, do not move the body or permit anyone to move the body until the police or ambulance arrives. Yeah, that's a question. Like, say for example something happens, do not touch, do not move the person. You gotta notify the police and wait until they arrive, or wait until the ambulance arrives. This is another easy question. It asks the best way to reduce the risk of a crash is by not drinking at all if you're gonna drive. Yeah. This is another easy one. It asks like, what does the study show? So in the book it says that studies show that most people arrested for drinking and driving had been drinking beer. There's also a question asking you to label the traffic light, right? So the traffic light is red, then yellow, then green. Always remember that. What you can use to remember that is this little line: remember you are great. So remember you're great, red, yellow, then green. So it's RYG. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to somebody. You know, I like helping. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button. You can comment. I would like if somebody could make an intro, yeah, for me, because I don't know how to do it. You could drop like video ideas, because I'm apparently running out. I do not know what to post, but I like helping others, so I decided to post this. Make sure you know your signs. They're at the back of the manual. If you want the digital copy, is available on the website, but please remember not to use those apps, those knowledge test apps. They're not accurate. They do have some things in it, but they do not carry all the information. So get the driver manual. It's available at the MVCs, any motor vehicle place. You can also access it online, like I said, and just study a book and you'll be fine. You got 50 questions and you just gotta get 40 of them right. I got all 40 right. So just study before you go. Do not cram either. Try to study at least a week prior to the testing. Have a safe one. Be safe. Subscribe. Thank y'all.